Yes, I'm very, very happy to be here, especially in this moment because the Biennale, the fair, my exhibition, everything is in the same time, so many people is around. The show here is the first show, and I hope that the reaction of the Turkish people will be good in terms of, reactions with my work. The work is basically based on a double research. It's between a geometrical research and something that's regarding nature, regarding engineering. So mainly the exhibition is composed with several sculptures. Almost the pieces are modular steel pieces that are composed in different patterns. And those patterns remind you the natural structure, the growing structure of the sea, you can find in nature, from corals to branches of trees and so on. In detail, every module is developed from an abstract idea of a seed, so it's a sort of brick that gives me the possibility to grow. In that sense, I love this idea of an expanding sculpture that gives me the possibility to dance in the space like a plant, like a growing system. And then in the exhibition there are other works that are related also to the behavior of the waves in the space, or a small collage that are the process. The collage are small boxes, and they are sort of a portion of my working tables in the studio. So they collect in a sort of narrative all the creative process that bring me from the beginning to the end of a module of a largest work. For me, architecture and the space are one of the main part of the work. I mean, the work itself, the sculptures are really based on the structure, but also the empty space that they keep inside. This kind of empty space, let's say empty, but only because the material is going in different directions, is a good way to approach the architectural space. In that sense, also here on my back you see something that's developed directly into the space on the surface of the architecture. I really love the architectural details, the capitals, the windows, and all those kind of elements that are talking about the relative culture of a place. In that sense, to have the possibility to work on it and to establishing a sort of direct relationship with this, it's very important to me. And it's a sort of a direct dialogue with the architecture. So one of the main goals is this kind of freedom that you have with these modular pieces, and what I was telling before, the dance in the space is given also by the space itself, the behavior and the characteristic of the space itself. Yes, the viewer is very important. I did many things in 25 years where the viewer is directly involved in the piece, and usually the viewer is going to, like every artwork, is going to give his own, her own meaning to the piece. Just because every artwork should be written with a cultural language, with it's based also on the knowledge of the viewer. In that sense, a lot of my pieces are strictly related, and the installation that I have now in Venice, for example, is a huge space, and the viewers are walking inside the piece. So they are completely surrounded, and the environment is something that's between the real architecture and something that's changing in terms of organic movement. And I think also those modular pieces give you a metaphor about the connected things. So what we think about the connection, the nets, and all these kind of relationships are metaphorically written in the work.